Yeah, Dave is not high on pot or the hard stuff. We'll see you soon. Wait, oh,
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Dave, you should have told me you had something to say. What are you going to
I
say?
always have something to say. I was going to say, get your Sony Walkmans, people.
Oh my God, that little cassette recorder was unbelievable. Uh, let's start fresh now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Late Horror Show. I am Dino, as always, and it is Dave. And I already said it's never high in pot. It's a line from the movie. This was great. This was great. We are back to Kolchak, Dave. This is going to be fun.
I can't believe it. We've never done the movie together.
No, we have not. And I was telling you right before we started, and I'll get to the chat in a second here. That's why I put the poll up, and 80% of you said you like this one better than the Night Strangler. The one we're going to talk about is the Night's Kolchak, the Night Stalker. This is about the vampire, you know. It's still fantastic. I love it. But after another watch and also rewatching the Night Strangler, because I did a back-to-back here, Dave, there is a lot more going on in the Night Strangler and a lot more things I liked about the Night Strangler.
It is a lot more fun. I love the Night Strangler. This one's not bad. It's interesting to take a look at it after we've done the series.
Yes. There are some differences, and I'm sure we'll talk about it, especially at the very beginning when he's got no hat and he looks a lot younger. It's like, how quickly do you start looking a little bit older after? Anyways, let me say hello to everybody. Please give that thumbs up. Please like. Thank you. Hello to everybody in the chat. And check out Dave's channel. It's in the description below. And here comes Bo, spelled B-O-W. Bo. Oh, there's Bo. And hello, Sweet Indigo, Horror Junkie for Life. Thank you very much. A $1.99 super chat, a red heart. Thank you. Much love to you, Horror Junkie for Life. Really appreciate it. And Gigi gave a membership a little bit earlier here. Thank you very much, Gigi. Always appreciate you. Let's see. Sweet Indigo, Connie Clary, what is going on? Chris W is here. Harry Scott, as always. Hi, Boy Donuts, my friend. Andrea, Brian Kirk, Greg is here. McCowan, good to see you. Ed Stathis got broken ribs. They sent him home with Tylenol and said goodbye. What would help that, Dave?
Barbecue sauce.
Okay, so there you go. Nathan, good to see you. Ezra, what is going on, my friend? Good to see you as well. Black Roses, Jody, what is going on? I cannot wait to start talking about this movie, and we will in a second. But I got to say hi to everybody. Much love to everybody. Horror Junkie for Life. 46 months at level 2 support. Free hugs for Bo. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm just scrolling up. So thank you very much. Yep, GG, Brian Kirk. Okay, so Dave, let's get started. Let's talk about it's quiet over there. Kids aren't out tonight.
No, they had a party last night, and it looks like my computer is still catching up. So
it's okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so Kolchak, the Night Stalker, 1971. Although they put it 1972. Did it air 72 or 71? Do you know for sure, David?
In January of 72.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So right at they just making some mistakes they shouldn't be doing. But yes, we get Gail Foster. That's a kind of a highlight there. Carol Lindley, very beautiful. She's attached to Kolchak, and it's strange how it ends. I in particular, I was just going, how the heck did that happen? But we'll talk about that when we get to it. Raj Ram, what's going on? And Will Borrego, I love this channel. Much love to you too, my friend. Good to see you, Will. And Jimmy D, what's going on? Okay, Dave, what do you think? This is fantastic, right?
It really is. And having watched this now, revisiting it from after watching the series, reminds me of how good the made for TV movie was. I will say I love, you can't beat the opening scene, which is the uh, plain
Sitting on the
apartment.
yeah.
It's the Walkman. It is and it's not even a Walkman yet because that didn't come out till the 80s. But it's just a Sony cassette recorder, and you have the voiceover, of him cracking open a beer from the refrigerator.
Yeah, no hat.
Real quick.
Yeah, no hat. He's in his like muscle shirt, that that white, what is it, a woman t-shirt? I don't know. White Peter's t-shirt. Yeah, and he's just, in kind of like a rundown little apartment and nothing like it. Yeah, it's 70s. It's heck, it's 72, right? So I mean, it's like the end of the 60s, right at the beginning of the 70s there.
It is.
And it's got that dirty, grimy look to it at the beginning. I love it. Yeah, Dave's got his video will catch up in a few minutes.
I hope so.
Yeah, it will. It will. Dino, just so you know, this show is the highlight of my Sunday. Thank you, Raj. Really appreciate it. Me and Dave always try to have fun. That's for sure. And if you're a fan of old school, seeing that, like Dave said, that Sony cassette recorder, and he had it in a leather case where, the front was, and you even got the speaker little holes on the side of it. It was very cool, Dave. Very retro. Very awesome. Ezra Carter became a member, level 1 support. Thank you very much, Ezra, for supporting the channel, my friend. Wishing the best for you. Hopefully, winding up that series there, my friend. 70s was the best decade for television when it came for made for TV movies, Dave, right? I mean, especially for that. I mean, it was the greatest decade for movies. Uh-oh, you're mute. You're mute. I hope you can hear me. You're mute. We still got to wait for, how about you go out and come back in again? Yeah, that might be what you need to do. J.O.B. I'm high when standing on top of a ladder, says J.O. What does that mean? J.O.B. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't understand. But yeah, the opening scene, so freaking cool. Really love it. It sets the tone for the movie. But again, like Dave said, and he'll say when it gets back here, hey, John Swan, forgot I did see you there. Good to see you also. But it does set up the scene for things that you didn't see in the series, like a more, dressed down Kolchak, Vincenzo kind of got a shirt on, doesn't have like that kind of like that suit, that button up thing going on there. It was kind of funny seeing that. Let's see, we'll bring Dave back in and hopefully you're.
Am I back?
Oh, yes.
Back better than ever.
Yes, you're back.
Right.
I was also talking about how Vincenzo really kind of looked a little dressed down himself.
He was dressed down. He was a little bit more fit, less angry, kind of.
Yeah, he's no suit. It wasn't taking it as serious. But
how did you like? Because I had a question here. How did you like The Office? Better or worse than the INS?
No, the INS is way better. I mean, throughout the series, was way better. But
yeah, this one was too clean. It was too sterile. It was very 70s as far as The Office goes, but it was more of a police office type of structure. I put down was more Columbo than really a Kolchak. Yeah,
I think they were focusing in on the movie aspect of this rather than the series where that things are not going to change over the length of the season, so stuff like that. It was more about getting close-ups of Darren McGavin and Vincenzo, Kolchak and Vincenzo. Let's get close-ups of them arguing at each other back and forth, and it was more about that than
And one thing I noticed too about the film is there was a lot of cut scenes. We're here, then we're here, then we're here. And it moved at a very, very rapid pace compared to like hanging out in the zombie at the, car destruction lot, right? Um,
Oh, yeah.
it's just like it moved from spot to spot to spot, and it was really fantastic.
Well,
I had time
that's
taking notes.
oh yeah, yeah. No, I mean that's network television, right? I mean when it comes to series, like the Kolchak series that we went through, there were dead spots, there were like slow periods, creating that story. But when you get a movie like this, there's a lot more people involved and a lot more going on, and yeah, every second something new was happening, and right from the start, Dave, you get a death scene. It's just like after you're in the apartment, it's like, okay, somebody died. I mean, it's basically like that. Let's talk about this. Somebody died, and they go right to it.
Well, yeah, but before that, you have almost a little pickup scene on like she was a prostitute on the corner of Fremont Street.
Well, it's the first victim walking, walking around, and she's going to be the first one. And I wrote all these women. Bonnie Reynolds, she's going to be the first one, and they're all no.
No, Cheryl Hughes.
Oh yes, Cheryl Hughes. I'm sorry, it's only because Dave,
Yes,
right?
Ed Stewart isn't here.
Well, oh, Ed Stewart isn't here yet. No, the thing is, the first couple murders happen within like 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, I mean 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, the
He's
first
not
two or
out.
yeah, the first 2 or 3 are like within like minutes. They're like, okay, one death. Oh, it's the next morning. Oh, the next victim. But yeah, you are right. The first victim was Cheryl Hughes. It's the woman that was leaving work, towards the evening there, and ladies of the evening. She's walking the corner, and the guy tried to pick her up, taps her.
It wasn't just like talking to her; he was touching her shoulder and everything. Like, "Hey, what's going on, lady?" And by the way, Fremont Street today is completely different. It's not even a street; it's all full on. You can like walk on the area, and it's you've got zip liners up ahead, up above. It's all covered now. It's a totally different experience if you go.
Wow. Well, yeah, listen. The Las Vegas of the 70s is no more, Dave.
Oh,
I mean, it's
completely different.
The gangsters are gone. No.
And hello, Albert Jacobs.
Hey, Albert, what's going on, my friend? Yeah. But yeah, it's Cheryl Hughes, and she's the first victim to get killed. And she works at the Gold Dust Saloon, where she's a cocktail waitress. But does that mean that all cocktail waitresses in Las Vegas during the 70s were women of the evening?
I don't think she was a woman of the evening at all.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, at least this one was not. She was 23, 5'1.5" tall, and she was headed home. She's going to get a ride from her friend to her home on the corner of 9th and Bridger, which is an actual intersection in Las Vegas. So they are using real locations to make it seem even more real. And she goes down this alleyway. Big mistake, by the way, at 2:30 in the morning, even in Las Vegas.
Yeah, no.
And all of a sudden, she is forcibly grabbed, and there's not even a chance she's going to make it.
No. And I loved the dress. I mean, this is 1972. Got to always bring up the atmosphere of the movie, the decade it was in, and the clothing that they wore and stuff. That's what I loved about giallo films, Dave. They all had those bell bottom type things, and like just those silk. There's a shirt from the 70s I found at a rummage sale. It was like real dark brown, and it totally 70s. But the shirts actually had like cuff bottoms, like the bell bottoms. The cuffs were would come out too, like that. It was one of my favorite shirts when I was in my 20s. I loved it. Oh, you should have seen it. And that's when I worked in the video store. Yeah, Cosmic Video. It is no longer there. But as I drive by the video store, which had cassette, no DVDs, it was a cassette store. It's still there, but it's run down, and it's in a bad neighborhood, and it's got all kind of little trinkets and stuff in there, and I'm just like going, what's going on? It's like somebody put all that stuff in there, locked it, and never opens the door again. It's really weird. Really weird. Francis McCloskey, what is going on? But yeah, sidetracked. I just love clothing. I love from the 70s. Go on, Dave.
I was going to say too, during the attack, this is the first time we hear the hissing that is going to be so reminiscent of this vampire.
Yes. Well, tell us, how'd it go? How'd the killing go?
Well, it was very much reaching out, grabbing her, picking her up. It was kind of like that Darth Vader scene in Star Wars where he's picking the guy up. There's
Yeah.
no chance that the person's going to make it. And all of a
Right.
sudden, she gets like, moved around like a rag doll. And you hear this, and it's just, it's like, is there a flat tire? No, it's a vampire.
Yeah.
And that's what he's gonna do. So
Yeah. And then we jump over to the scene of go ahead, Gail Foster.
we're going to go right to the autopsy, and this is what I really thought was great. Is this is when they run the credits? So you have.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah,
I know I'm right.
I know. Yeah.
Thank you. We have the three lights. So you're in an operating room. You've got three people then looking over at you, and you are like the camera angle looking up of the dead woman. And it was really fun because then they would put the, starring so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. And what bothered me a little bit is Barry Atwater, who is the star of the show. He is Dracula. He is the vampire.
Yeah.
Is like second to last as far as credits go.
Yeah.
He doesn't have his own name separate. It's in a mix of like, when you see the old time movies and you have like the little indentations, he's like second to last. I'm like, what happened to Barry?
Don't know. I mean, we had a lot of other big names. I mean, I'm sure, Carl himself wanted top billing for sure. It was him.
Oh,
but, yeah. We had Gail Foster, who's Carol Lindley, Daryl McAvin, Simon Oakland. Of course, they're all going to get. I mean, listen, you even get Alicia Cook Jr. from Maltese Falcon and hundreds of other movies. Claude Akins, yeah. I mean, Ralph Meek. Yeah, there's quite a few different actors in this. But yeah, don't ask me why Barry Atwater just getting older and they just said, we'll put you in the movie. You can be the vampire. One of the most important parts of the movie, right?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But anyway, Larry Linville just looks down. He's all, well, this is odd. And he's all, don't speak to anyone. Don't say anything. I'm going to call the DA. And that's where we get the cut to
Carl and Gail.
Yeah.
At his house, I guess is his apartment or house, whatever. They never really show it. I almost thought they were in a hotel or something like that.
It sure seemed like it.
It did look like that, yeah.
At the end scene when they're looking down over the pool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, pools were a big part of the apartment complexes back in the day there,
Do you have in Cleveland a whole bunch of the maybe 1970s Hawaiian style apartments or places like that?
Not really. Although I shouldn't say that because a lot of the buildings, like the bigger apartment buildings, are still around and they were built probably in the 60s and 70s. And they do have a pool back there and all that, but they don't have that Western feel to them. They're just not that I saw. Yeah,
We have where I live a whole bunch of apartment buildings, modernism. So you have like the steeple roofs and everything, and they decided to do the Hawaiian theme. So it's like the tiki apartments or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a ton of them still around here. It's very 1970s. It's very almost Las Vegas-ish. In style or promotion. So
well, I mean, look at where you're located, Dave. Yeah, but we don't get. You're in California. Las Vegas is there. Hawaii is right out in the ocean there.
You go left here in Hawaii, you go right here in Las Vegas. That's the way we are here in our freeway system.
Oh man, I tell you what. Later on, I think Kolchak is down by that pool when he's talking to Bernie. Oh boy, I tell you what. Yeah, I guess I'd come there every day for lunch too myself.
I would.
But evidently, this is where Gail Foster and him meet, and there's only like a couple times that they like meet up at the hotel. The other times we'll talk about it when she's ironing his shirt. She's a nice woman.
Totally sexist though in that
Oh
scene.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
no.
I was wearing a good shirt here.
Yeah,
Look.
and he's sitting there on the couch with his. Listen, Darren McGavin with his shirt off. Listen, it's. He's got a rug. He's wearing a rug until she gives him the
You
shirt.
lose an eye contact in that shag carpeting, man.
Woo! He could braid his chest. That's all I gotta say. That was hairy, man.
Bo has less hair.
True. Nanders
Anders.
619. The Night Stalker was awesome. Yes, it was. And welcome to the channel. We have a whole series, if you look at our playlist, of Kolchak, where we've talked about the entire season of Kolchak. We put together top and bottom 5, so check it out. Check it out. But good to have you here, Nanders 619. We love how good looking you are, Francis. What? Western Yeehaw? Okay, I'm not bright, just good looking. Have we seen a picture of Francis? No, I'm joking.
But remember, it's better to look good than to feel good.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to look like me. I mean, yeah, you know, putting this guy right here. That guy's good looking.
Get your clown back in the picture.
Yeah, Herman needs back in the picture, that's for sure. My broken neck clown. That's about 3.5 feet tall. But anyways, Dave, okay, let's get to this. All
right.
Then the police show up. Go on.
We should really talk about first why he's brought back from vacation.
Okay.
He was heading on vacation first time in a couple of years, and he's all, I got brought back 94 miles to cover this story that no one else could. And he's gets sent immediately to the hospital, County General, and it is where the doc comes up and he goes, I thought we were through with you for a couple of weeks. And he goes, well, I thought you were too.
Thank you, Cindy Caldwell. You look marvelous. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you there.
And so he's trying to get information from the doctor about the murder victim.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dino is a charmer and Dave is a ladies' man. A ladies' man? So was Jerry Lewis, Dave. Yeah.
I hate Jerry Lewis.
Oh, shush, stop it. We're not talking about that.
All right.
Jerry Lewis is king for me. So me and Dave don't talk about Jerry Lewis.
All right. I like Dean Martin. Okay. I'll take Dean Martin, not Jerry Lewis.
Oh, Lottie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. Continue.
All right. So basically, he's trying to get information from the doc who knows about the autopsy report. And he starts going like, I don't want to have to report any of those illegal operations you're doing, and he just, the doc just slams him right back. He goes, well, I take pity on aging reporters, and he's all, oh, that hurt, And so he finds out basically that this woman lost a lot of blood. In fact, there was no blood in the body.
Right. He's the inside man is who he is, that doctor there. He gives them inside information.
Yeah.
He's a cheat, Dave, is what he is.
Maybe.
Yeah, or maybe he's trying to help out.
Free with information.
We don't talk about Jerry. No.
Should be accessible. Should be accessible to everybody.
Okay. Anyways, so Bonnie Reynolds is the next dead person.
Is that the one who's in the construction site?
Yes. And she's this scene. We get cut scene. We're thrown into the police and Kolchak arriving at the scene. And it's under a big, freeway system. It's like it's kind of clean. It's concrete, and then there's a dirt, maybe like 40 by 40 feet of like just nice and smooth dirt. Okay, Dave. Yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to describe it. And there's a dead woman in the middle of it. And the cop goes, yeah, she's over there, but there's nothing else around her. There's no footprints or footprints.
I don't know. But it's like, what did he do? Throw her?
He threw her. Well, Kolchak says he threw her 40 feet. Is what this guy's got to be strong. He's putting things together already, Dave. Carl.
He
Poor
is.
guy, man. Getting kicked out of the city. I'm still pissed. But go on. Follow
Well,
your notes.
don't give me any of that. So they run down the hill just like little kids. "Ah!" And then they get
Like
to
Jack and Jill.
yeah. And then they get to Bonnie Reynolds and they lean down and Claude Akins is all, there's no blood here, you know? And Carl goes, there wasn't any blood with the first victim. And Claude Akins turns around real quick. How did you know that? And so anyway.
I do like how they introduced Bonnie Reynolds again. Bonnie Reynolds, cocktail waitress.
Indeed.
Yeah. And they always mention the place where she worked too. I didn't write it down though because
I didn't write that one down either. You know,
I think they said it too quick.
Yeah, most of them are just, local places in Las Vegas. These are cocktail waitresses. These are, people who are generally nondescript, they're background characters. They're like the postmen, it's like they're always going to be there.
Exactly. And thanks, Fluff Chick Productions, $5 super chat. Thank you, Dino and Dave. Thank you, Connie. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
INS office, real quick. Vincenzo is looking at the story that Kolchak has written, and he's all, I'm not going to publish this. I'm going to edit it, things like that. And he goes, I know you want to go back to a big city and get a big story and be a big time reporter, and that ain't going to happen with this story here.
Yeah.
And he calls it a quote unquote fairy tale story.
Well, and I like later on, Kolchak wants to get back to the Big Apple. He says, yeah, this is going to do. I like the enthusiasm he has during this because he really thinks this is it. This is going to crack the case and make him something. I got the story. This is going to be a big story. Always chasing it down, right? The good old days.
Well, then we do have, as Carl knows, we've got a pattern forming, is what he says, because Carol Hanachek, hat check girl, again, I don't know where she works, but she's a hat check girl.
She works at the Bird of Paradise Lounge, Dave.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And she
was that an earthquake or did you just bump into your desk?
Bumped into my desk.
It's California. I never know. So
yeah, we did have an earthquake about 2 weeks ago, though, which was really scary because I was teaching class and I had to be strong. And it was like, get out of my way.
You were like this. Oh, hold on.
Because it was like we were in a new building, and it actually, when it hit, it felt like a car hit the building. That's how forcibly it was.
Yeah.
And then it's just like everything's kind of swinging, and I'm like, I think it's time for a 15-minute break.
Boring. Okay, so Bird of Paradise Lounge. Oh no, I'm joking. I'm joking. That's terrible. I've only had a 5.0 earthquake here in Ohio, and it felt like the place. Yeah, I'm like going, I can't stand up straight. We weren't used to that here in this part of the country. Okay, so yes, Carol Hanachek. This is really quick. It's just
very quick. Yeah, it's just like to be our third victim.
Yes.
Apartment.
Yeah, that's it. So, and then your cut scene. Yep. You're right to the pool, the best place to be in the movie. And Carl meets with his FBI contact.
And the thing is, all the guys like Bernie and Kolchak, they're all dressed up, suits, suspenders, everything looking good. All the girls are in bikinis.
Dave, okay, this is the weird thing. Back in the 50s and 60s, that's how it was. There were a lot of older gentlemen in suits, at least in Hollywood. I don't know if it was true in real life because I wasn't around then, so I don't know. But yeah. What's going on there?
What do you mean?
Did Bo jump on your microphone?
No.
Do not touch your laptop. That was like, holy hell! Like,
You know what it is.
Oh, really? Oh, you're going, and you're too close to it. Anyways, we're down at the pool. This FBI contact guy, Bernie Jenks, is it Jenks?
Yep.
Yes, and he, I guess, gives Kolchak inside information and stuff when things are going on, and or Carl will ask him like this is going on at the pool though. Kolchak did have his shirt because he gets a call. His shirt's unbuttoned all the way down, exposing all that chest
I
hair.
would love to get a call at the pool. Paging Carl Kolchak. Paging Carl Kolchak.
Dave Plouffe. Dave Plouffe. Will you please come to? No, I'm sorry. Go on. Plouffe.
But Bernie also looks like a DA person. He also is that type of. Oh no, I'm freezing.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Long live the Late Late Horror Show. As I'm drinking and speaking at the same time, I'm what is that called when they hold a dummy? A ventriloquist. Thank you, Francis McCloskey. Just for being good looking. I'm going to leave it up there another minute longer. Long live Francis McCloskey. Woo! And the Late Late Horror Show. I would hope. I don't know. Who knows? It could collapse tomorrow. You never know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Please let me know, because that way I can have next Sunday off.
Paging Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. There's that nurse that comes over, an apple a day will keep the doctor away. She's got that real. Boy, that girl was cute back then.
She was. Yeah, Dizzy Doctors, I think, is the episode.
Dizzy Doctors. Thank you, Dave. Yeah.
And what was it? Oh, that she had a special term, and Curly's all, I know what that is. It's or the nurse goes, I know what that is. It's an apple with the skin on the inside. And he goes, you ever seen an apple with the skin on the inside? Of course I have. And homemade apple pie.
Oh, that was such a good one. Earlier on, it was more about the poetry and music. Those very first couple of episodes, it was kind of funny, and boy, they changed.
Yeah, I hope we get to do one of those.
Three Stooges.
Yeah,
we can do
like a Dizzy Doctors one, because that's one of my favorites.
We could always do that. Who knows? Anyways,
at the end, they got me.
Oh, they got me. Okay, so now cutscene. We're at the hospital.
Yes,
he gets a call. We're not at the hospital, but we get a call that at the hospital was robbed, hijacked of blood. He's told. I don't know. Does he get that on the scanner or what? Because they don't go to the hospital.
It's the doctor who he had met a couple scenes ago. We went to go see. Yeah.
Yes. Then we're straight into the county courthouse.
Yes, we are.
Yep. Where we have all of the people, the mayor, FBI, sheriff, they're all there, and Kolchak and everybody else is there. Oh, look at this! This is the most super chats I've gotten in a year. Thank you, Ezra. Really appreciate it. Dave, Seinfeld fire episode, but with a quake. Which fire episode? There were a couple. Maybe the one where the clown George runs out. Go ahead, Dave.
There's actually a Jason Alexander talks about when they were filming Seinfeld that there was actually an earthquake that took place. And so he goes, I had never been in an earthquake before. I knew to run into a doorway. I ran into the doorway, but after a second, I realized it was the set doorway. It's not going to save me.
Oh my God, Seinfeld is just too good. Okay, anyways, of course you do, Harry. We all love the Three Stooges. Mandy, good to see you, Mandy. Been a little bit again. Always great when you pop in the chat. Everybody, please be sure to give that. Let's try to hit 100 likes tonight.
Where are we right now?
Before we end the show, it's been a while since we've ended the show with 100. So let's try 76.
Hey,
76.
that ain't bad.
So we're getting there, and we got a ways to go yet. So thumbs up. Okay, so Dave, we got a meeting. Everybody's discussing what just happened, and pardon me. Oh, go on. And we got the coroner describing it. Go ahead, Dave. I want you to talk about this.
Dr. McGurgy.
Real important, and you're a professor.
Yeah. So I think it's like Dr. McGurgy, and it's so funny because like the mayor can't really say his name, Dr. Coroner, but he goes.
Or just like it's Janos Scorvain.
Yeah.
What's the last? Janos.
Scores.
And Carl later says Janos.
Yes.
Anyways, go on.
Yeah.
Interrupt.
And like my last name. But anyway,
77 likes now. Keep it going. Do I hear 78, 79, 80? Come on. Okay, Dave.
so
The coroner.
the dizzy doctor, he's taking the temperature where he saw 98, sell at 100.
I love when they go in the room and they give that guy the lotion on his head for the
Oh no.
dandruff.
Yeah.
Oh, that was true. That was
For
Dizzy
me,
Doctor too, right?
oh God, these doctors is fantastic. I love when they go in and they've got sheets over their head and they pull the thing and it goes whoop like that, and they have drapes on their like little things. And oh my God, it is so good. It is so good. And then like Curly, he's got like a hammer and like a chisel, and he starts like beating on this one guy's head. God, it's good.
It is so funny. It is so funny. Okay, anyway, so we got the coroner and he's talking, don't disregard Kolchak, because Kolchak starts talking about vampires, but go ahead.
He does, because the coroner is all saying like he's got they've got bites, they've got like dog bites, and there's a suction device because it's pulling all the blood out really quickly.
Oh,
And then also it's mixed with saliva, human saliva.
yeah,
And
and he's talking like this, like, yes, it's also, very like, professor like I don't know if you think this way.
Well, what he's got to do is get back to the set of MASH. And so he's trying to be all, I'm a doctor right now, but I'm a doctor in the Korean War too, and I got to travel back in time.
That is true. Yeah, he's on MASH, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, it's human saliva in the wound. Go ahead, Dave.
This is where the scene where we get this phrase where the mayor is pretty much like, hey, it's not a vampire. It's this guy. It's a white male, 6'2" to 6'4", dark hair, quote,
Pale skin,
pale complexion.
pale complexion.
That just cracked me up. And then he's probably on pot or the hard stuff,
he's probably probably high on that pot and that high, Yeah, no, that was funny.
And then he starts ripping on Kolchak. He's all, Kolchak, you can go ahead and tear up that tape as well. We don't want to start a panic or anything like that. He goes, we're not sure what it is. We don't want to upset anyone. And he goes, it's bad for business.
And I was like, wait a second, what the hell are you talking about? It's bad for business? Okay, so there you go, Dave. Well, I don't talk politics on the channel or whatever.
No, but
why are they calling it business? It has nothing to do with business.
Yeah, it does. It's the tourism business, which is also Las Vegas is struggling right now because we're starting to see a downturn in, tourism. So
today's tourism update provided by Dave Plouffe, who is never high on pot or the hard stuff.
That is correct. So you're starting to see some better deals in Las Vegas. And if you watch the housing market also, there's more homes available at a cheaper price in Las Vegas. Unfortunately, I'm only licensed in California to sell you a home.
Dave owns a few pieces of land over there, so he's trying to pump it up.
I own a big pit, 40 by 40 with sand in it.
There's a body in the middle of it. Black Roses, $5 super chat. Have a fiver, my friend. It's not much. Worth a cup of coffee on me. Yep, at a Starbucks. Or if you go the route of getting your best flavor at your local grocery store, it'll take care of that too. And
or the Late Horror Show blend.
Yes, on
I don't know either.
Oh, he hasn't been in here in a while. Sorry. Where's my man? Okay, thank you, Black Roses. Really appreciate it. Really, really do. Okay, Dave. So yes. They're so that's what they got. They're to the point that there's saliva in the wound, and it's kind of back in Kolchak's story, but they're all saying, yeah, I mean, of course, who's going to believe there's really a vampire? You know what I mean? I don't know if this is the part where somebody says, well, let's act like the guy thinks he's a vampire, Well,
they don't want to use that name. He goes, don't mention the name vampire. And when we're at the INS office, the title of the story, quote, vampire killer loose in Las Vegas.
Because that's Carl's story he wants to put out there. But
and Vincenzo's all, do I misread?
Do I misread? Carl, what are you doing? You want to get back? No, yeah, it's Carl and Vincenzo.
Yes.
I mean, still perfect. I mean, it's really just about them arguing back and forth. You know, Vincenzo's the boss, and Carl can never get his way, and Vincenzo's putting, you know, the kibosh on everything he's putting out there. You know, I mean, I don't know any backstory between them, but you know, we need a prequel, Dave. Have you been watching Dexter Resurrection?
I've never seen Dexter.
Oh my! That's right.
Is it a good show?
Oh man, not skipping a beat. It's so good, so good. Anyways, that's something I should talk about on this channel, but I don't. Anyways, continuing. After Carl goes back to Gail Foster's place real quick. Stops off. They're in bed.
She's in bed.
She's in bed. She's got the robe on, Dave.
Oh, I love that robe.
It's cushy cotton, fluffy, bluish type robe. Something.
I wrote down it was silk, but what do I know?
No, it was. You thought it was silk?
Yeah.
No, it was a cottony. Oh, I remember. Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you were just looking at her face. You got to look at the whole scene. We're trying to cover this episode, this movie. And Carl's just sitting there. He's you know, he gives her a kiss. He gets a phone call.
My quote. Hold on.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Getting all romantic.
That's what you wrote down. They're getting all romantic.
But she was asleep.
I put down they're doing the dirty.
No, because she was asleep, right? He's all sorry, what were you saying?
So the romance was done, you're saying, and she was resting there and she fell asleep in her robe. Sure. I would say this is Las Vegas. You don't need the robe.
You don't.
Just fall asleep, my dear. And I will be. So he gets a phone call and he goes, unless they interrupt us, he gets a phone call. And yes, there's a dead woman at wherever. It's Mary Brandon.
It is Mary Brandon, but what's exciting is that someone saw the killer's face.
Yes, they saw his face, and it's at a house. It's at a residence where the killing took place because the vampire drives around in a car, and he gets Bonnie, the mother of the dead girl. What?
You expect a broom?
Well, vampires can fly, but they can not wing. Anyways, listen, vampire lore, you can turn into a bat, or it's a form of flying where you're basically lift yourself off of the earth and you move yourself forward, almost like you got no gravity on it. Anyways, Dave, he killed the girl in the driveway.
Two things before we get to this.
Peace, Dave. 82 thumbs up. Yeah.
Okay.
I hear 83, 84, 85. Thank you.
First of all, there's a music interlude in between Carl and Gail and the new killing place. And I just want to say, I love the music.
Oh, yeah. It's real 70s vibe.
Oh,
yeah.
Totally 70s.
Early 70s. Like jazzy a little bit.
Early to be all jumping out.
Yeah, it was like a Three's Company. And
then second, Francis McCloskey, stop right now, or maybe stop in an hour after we're done, and go and watch The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2. It's life-changing. Both are life-changing movies.
I never saw Dexter or The Godfather. Oh, Francis.
Yeah. I mean, it is epic.
Oh, well, yeah. Some say the first Godfather is a little boring. But I don't think that. I mean,
but I will tell you, like for me, because I have a tough time concentrating for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
I broke it up into like maybe 45-minute to an hour segments and did it for 3 nights. So
really? Okay. Hey, Tom F. Good to see you, my friend. $5 super chat. Hey, you. What is going on? What a treat this show is for us horror buffs. Long live Kolchak. Yes, yes, and yes. 100% agree. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Get us to 100 before the episode's up. But yes, Dave.
Mary Brandon.
What's that?
Mary Brandon.
What about Mary Brandon?
She's dead.
Oh, yes. Mary Brandon is dead next to the car. And Bonnie, the mother, is sitting there talking to the
10
police
feet away.
10 feet away,
They're 10
giving.
feet away from one another. And the mom's like, yeah, I thought they were kissing. Then she dropped to the ground. If my kid, I don't have any kids, but if my dead kid's 10 feet away from me, I'm not going to be able to hold it together.
Oh, yeah.
And the
I can't
mom's all,
even talk about it.
yeah.
Yeah, she was a show. She was a showgirl. I don't know.
That was many years ago when they used to have a show. Disco.
But the mother gives a description of the vampire, and she also says, yes, he was also driving a maroon coupe. So, we know what kind of car he's got now. It was a maroon coupe.
It is.
And Kolchak's taking pictures. He's snapping away.
He is, but the voiceover, and he's all again like 5'2", 125 luscious pounds.
Bonnie said this?
No, the Kolchak did in his voiceover, talking about the murder victim.
Oh,
5'2", a dancer at 125 luscious pounds.
Mary Brandon.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, when you put that notebook back down in that laptop, it's like firecrackers going off. It's all right. I can't believe it makes that much noise.
I can't even hear it, so I'm sorry.
Right, that's the bad part of it. Yeah, you think we're all nuts. You guys hear that? Anyways,
hold on.
Rimali's Ellison Lagers.
Ales
and Lagers. Cask Bear and Bear Reviews. Man,
don't make it work so tough for us.
Let me tell you, bud, that is one hell of a YouTube name, channel name.
Thank you for joining us.
Loved seeing Elizabeth Brooks in the Swamp Monster episode. Rest in peace, gone too soon. Love Kolchak. Thank you. Wow, is that hey, you know what? I'm gonna go and check out Ramoli's Ales and Lagers Cask Bear and Bear Reviews tonight. That's a long name, but I love it. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Really do. Anyways. Whoo, Dave, are we gonna get through this? I'm sure we will.
Dave, it's Dave's art history and
what?
Nothing. I was just thinking of a big name for my YouTube channel now.
Oh yeah,
Dave's art history and garden tours.
Professor Dave Plouffe, gardening, tree stump removal. I don't know. We got to go long, Dave, right? Anyways, and Bo, something with Bo in there too. Yeah.
Where's Bo?
That's a big part of the channel. Oh, geez. So Kolchak gets to see the artist sketch because Bernie, the FBI guy, who's kind of with Carl Kolchak throughout this movie. He's kind of with them going, something to all this. And especially at the end when he sees what he sees. But he's like, you want the artist sketch? I got a picture of him. So,
he does that at the courthouse when they meet Helen O'Brien. And he brings her that Whitman sampler.
Whitman sampler?
Yeah. Remember, she's the kind of heavy-set woman at the operator desk? Phone operator?
Oh, yes. She's the DMV. Yeah, she's going to give him.
She's going to look him up at the through that
license thing. Yeah, we get you. Yeah, DMV. Yeah, driver of motor vehicles. Yeah, and it breaks it down to 16 suspects. So there's 16 people that with possibility of being the vampire. Because he's trying to find the address. Because when he was at Gale's earlier, did we get there yet? Did we pass over something? What's going on?
First, and this is the point where then Bernie Jinx shows up and says, "How would you like to see the killer's face?" And then we have a cutscene into a casino. And
the next death scene. Yes.
The guy's face is on the newspaper.
Yes.
And so we see him pull out the newspaper of himself, and he's
They didn't
walking
pull
down the
out.
casino, and everyone's kind of like looking at him like, holy crap.
Yeah, yeah, he's walking through the casino, and he makes his way out to the parking lot because there's a woman leaving, another
Oh,
showgirl.
I
Or
hate this scene.
you hate this scene.
I hate it because it's stupid.
I love when Dave don't like that. It's stupid. Like he's 6. Your inner child comes out.
No, it really is. It's
Start
just
leaving food next to you so you can throw it when it's stupid. What's in Dave's drawer? Snacks. He pulls out some Dunkin' Donuts. Anyways, oh, it's a Certs.
It is. Although they don't make certs anymore.
I was going to say, I don't think I've seen a Certs in a long time.
Not since the 80s.
Oh my gosh. Remember, Certs were good.
Certs were fantastic.
Do they still make those? I mean,
With Preston.
yeah.
Now,
it would last forever.
You might check with BA Sweeties and see if they have any. I haven't seen certs probably since the early 90s.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think
We still
so.
have lifesavers and we still have breath savers, but that's all we've got.
Yeah. Okay, so let's.
There's also Velements. Have you ever had those?
What is that?
Velements.
Velements.
Yeah,
No.
VELA.
Oh, is that where it came in the tin?
I don't know if it came in a tin, but they were square.
Huh.
And they would come in a tube, and it was kind of like a Hall's mentholyptus thing, but it wasn't that. It was a mint.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. So Shelley Forbes is the next victim. She's out in the parking lot, and Janos, the vampire, is pulling up in his car, and he's, he doesn't need to walk or come out of the shadows. He's going to drive up.
He's just sitting there. He's in a parking stall, and this is the Universal Pictures where they've got the shadows, and all you see is his eyes looking out at her.
Those eyes. Go on. I'm not going to sing no more.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Especially that song. But
those eyes. Why? What's wrong with that song? That's a good song.
She opens the door.
Yeah.
Because he sees her, like she looks over and he's coming at her.
I'm wondering why she's going so slow.
That's it. She's got plenty of time. Hey, guy's coming toward me. I'm going to get in my car, turn it on, and run him over. But no, I'm going to let my dog out, who's a big dog who's been in my car all day in 100-degree weather. Bad idea. Runs out, and he jumps onto Skorzeny, and he's all like, and we got a dead dog. So
we got a dead Shelley Forbes now, too.
No, we don't. Shelley Forbes doesn't die.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, she disappeared?
She just disappears. She's the one in the house at the end of the movie.
Yes, he's using her as a feeding tool, whatever.
Yeah, she warms up the blood that's been in the refrigerator.
Yes. Okay, so the stupid thing about this is,
after the
why is the dog? Yes, why is the dog in there for 8 hours? How could you do that in Las Vegas?
You can't.
Right.
So
it would be
the second thing is the dog. Like this guy's just killed my German Shepherd. He's still 50 feet away. I can still get in my car, but no, she just stands there.
Yeah. No, it's let's see.
Yes.
Is it's possible for you to have a show once for a week? I've been thinking, listen, there's changes coming, Raj. You'll be seeing more of me on the channel. Just stay tuned is all I can say, my friend. Nathan, 86 likes. We are so close to getting a 200 likes. Smash the like. What? Okay, Nathan, you mean 100. But yes, hit that. Let's get to 100 likes. Thank you. Raj, just stay tuned. Anyways, so there you go. And then we're at the place where the DMV, the woman's going to tell him about it, and he finds out there's 16 likely suspects that he can track down, and he's going to try to track them down through real estate, I guess, or something like that. And then we're back at Gail's house, and that's where she's ironing, and Kolchak is walking around with his shirt off, and it's in a rug shirt, and she's ironing like she's supposed to, I guess.
And she throws him a book on vampires.
Yes, if it wasn't for Gail, she said, "You're going to read these," and she threw the book right onto his private parts.
Threw the book at him. Oh yeah, he jumps too.
Oh, I think that wasn't fake. It landed on his
Oh yeah.
package, and he's like, but they didn't seem to cut, so you know, he was probably in pain. But yes, he goes, and he's laughing at it. He knows he believes there's a vampire out there, but he's laughing at it. But then he gets to the part where crosses, wooden stakes, doesn't stay up in the daytime. I mean, listen, I don't care if it's a 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s. Everybody should know the lore of a vampire. So, but he was acting shocked. Oh, this is a way I could kill him. So a plan hatches, Dave.
It does. But we did miss one scene of the car dealership.
Did we miss that?
We did.
Well, then you fill us in.
That's okay.
I thought it was after that, but okay.
No, it's okay. After he learns about, the car, false name, identity, address, he shows up to the car dealer. Claude Akins is right there. Claude Akins is pissed off. How did you find out about this, Kolchak? He's a little bird told me. And we hear from the car dealer, who's actually quite a famous actor, has been in hundreds of productions. And he's all, well, the car was $1,200. Guy told me I was overcharging by $300, and I didn't want to say no to him. So, he goes, it was pretty scary. And he goes, it makes the guy not want to work nights anymore. So I thought that was a pretty cool line.
Well, evidently the vampire Janos he's a vampire, so he can control people's minds to a point. So yeah, see, yeah.
Rocco says vampires are bad. See,
89 thumbs up. We are 11 thumbs up, likes, thumbs up to get to 100. So yes, please keep them going. Yeah, poor doggy. Mandy, you're a little bit behind, but you probably started when you came on, which is good.
That's okay. She just said search earlier. And I'm like, yeah, we just talked about that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, talking about the poor doggy now too.
Almost as delayed as my video is sometimes.
Exactly. So he learns about vampires and stuff. Go ahead, Dave.
My favorite scene is coming up where they're at the hospital and he's stealing blood.
Yeah, he's walking with his 1920s or Victorian era doctor's leather.
It's a doctor's kit.
Yeah.
And he's dressed up very nicely, and he goes, "Oh, blood bank." And he walks in, and he gets down on his knees in front of the refrigerator, and he's all like, "Ooh, type O," and he starts
type O negative. We find out
he starts loading up, and then there's this nurse, and she passes the door. She goes, "That shouldn't be open." She looks in, and she goes, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here." And he's all, "Rrr." And she goes, "Help!"
Fight ensues. Yeah. Oh, and the blood in the gallon jugs, glass jugs or whatever, glass bottles, but they're gallon bottles.
Yeah,
old school.
And it's Kool-Aid. It's not like
Oh yeah, no, it's very thin. Dave's getting pissed. Boy, it didn't take much to get his temper going.
No, I thought I saw something. Thought it was Bo. I was going to let her in.
Oh, okay. If that's what you're going with,
I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, just build a slingshot at your window.
Oh my God!
Where you could just water balloons just. Well, actually, they'll think you're playing, and then they'll really get on. Anyways. What's in Dave's drawer? An expired coupon for Downy fabric softener. It might be, because it might hold some sentimental value to Dave, right, Dave? I mean, you never know. He's leaving. He's going to get Bo. So, I think this is one of my favorite scenes of the movie. Downy's soft, free, and gentle. You know what? That's dye-free. Yeah, always get the dye-free stuff. You don't need all that other chemical stuff in there. It's not good for you. Anyways, Robert Huron, what is going on? Have you guys ever read Jeff Rice's book, which was issued at the same time, by the way, Jeff was the main writer for the series. Small note, thought you'd be interested. Thank you. Jeff writes his book. I don't think we ever came across that, Dave.
I actually have Jeff Rice's book.
Okay.
It was the most I ever paid for a paperback. I think it was $20 at a used bookstore. And it was beautiful, by the way. So nice copy of it. I have not read it, though, but I guess it has elements of both the Night Stalker and the Night Strangler together, from what I understand, but I'm not 100% sure.
Sweet. Okay. So
Sweet
this is my favorite. What? Sweet
as in indigo, or just sweet as in cool?
No, pretty cool. Yeah,
right.
that you got that. Yeah. I'd pay money for something that I wanted. I mean, yeah. Anyways, this is one of my favorite scenes when he goes in and gets the blood, and then the fight ensues, and all the orderlies start coming in, and he starts fighting them. And I love the two males who come into the room, the supply room that's got shelves, the metal shelves with pans and stuff, that, you poop in. I don't but there's everything. And as the actors are going to them and he's pushing them, they grab a hold of them to pull them down to cause a bigger scene.
Oh yeah.
Than, for the scene, and so, you could see them grabbing it and pulling it out. But then it goes out into the hall. He's throwing people against the wall.
He is messing these people up. And the last guy he gets to, he throws them out the window. And, and you see it from the outside. It's like a Friday the 13th scene. So you're standing on the ground. This guy comes out and you can hear him hit the mattress, and he's okay. But
if we don't see Sweet Indigo in the chat a little bit, we're gonna have to say Sweet Indigo. She's waiting for her name. Hey, Mr. Ed. Dave and Dino sponsored by Downey. I'm not sponsored by him, but yeah, that would be nice. Yes, the hospital scene. So Dave, he goes out there, and then the next thing you know is Kolchak and the police, whatever, I talk too fast, pull up to the front of the hospital. And who's coming out of the front of the hospital? Janos, the vampire. And he's got the guy on his back. He's got others coming at him. And now a group of police are coming at him. Yeah. He's fighting them all off. It's a great scene, man.
It is. And I remember when you and Ted discussed this, and Ted talked about there's one motorcycle that comes in a little bit too quickly, and he slides, and the guy falls off the motorcycle. And it's like a real accident that they've recorded, because if you watch it carefully, there's one of the tech people come in and run and pick up that police officer, and they scurry him out of the scene as if he's hurt.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you look at that scene, you see it. They kept it. They kept it. What did he say?
I don't know.
Weird. Of all the YouTube channels I subscribe to, the Late Late Horror Show is the only one, when live, is not listed at the top. Channels streaming live are supposed to be listed at top. YouTube is playing games. I don't know. I'm glad you're here. You made it here, but when your channel comprises 99% old time radio and you're trying to do shows like this on Sunday, it could be that, the algorithm, who knows? I don't know, but I'm glad you guys are all here, and Sweet Indigo's here. Okay. Anyways, so there you go. That's the hospital scene. The fight just continues. It's kind of like a Peter Griffith on the Family Guy fight. It just continues and continues. And Carl's snapping away pictures. He's just snapping away. Should have most of this on film, but then we cut to because he escapes, he just runs off. We cut to the next morning. Big story the next morning. Yeah.
Well, they're they're actually at the courthouse.
Yeah, we're back at the courthouse.
We're gonna have a news briefing. And it's they finally found
Let's stop. It's top of the hour. It's still 80 degrees here in Cleveland. I don't know what I'm doing. We have had I'm not going to do the news, Dave.
84 in Los Angeles.
Yeah. So it's 9 o'clock. Let's see how many thumbs up we have reached how many more we need to go, and what is coming up in the future.
89.
We have 91. We are 8 thumbs up short. And let me tell you, it's the thumb underneath the video. It's like this. If you see that, hit it, and it'll give us another like. So I'm trying to explain the best I can, the easiest way I can. But Dave, with that said, and we need 8 more thumbs up, 9 more. What do we got coming up here in the future, Dave?
I'm glad you asked that, Dino.
Good thing Sweet Indigo is here.
I love Sweet Indigo.
We call out her name, Sweet Indigo. Come on, Dave. What do we got?
Sweet Indigo backwards is Indigo Sweet. Anyway, next. Guess like the police that you said earlier.
Take a breath.
Night Gallery next week, season 2, episode 7. Can't wait.
Yeah. What more do I gotta say? Yeah, Night Gallery. Can't wait for next week. Night Gallery is one of my favorites.
We got X-Files, The Jersey Devil.
Whoo! That's gonna make for a great show, great talk. Go on, Dave.
And the final Sunday, Circle of Fear, The Concrete Captain.
I've never seen it, so I don't know what it's going to end up being like. But every Circle of Fear so far has been pretty darn good. So
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Abbott, very cool.
Yes. Dino, I'm sorry for my tardiness. I only just hit my thumbs up. Oh, well, that's all right. That's why I tried to explain it, because it's this underneath. It's this underneath the video, or is it? It's that way. Yeah, that's the way it's turned. So I've got some long lines. There's a long lifeline here. We can get. Oh, anyways, we'll do palmistry another night. How long's yours? Is yours pretty short? Next week, you're done. You're done next week.
Good to go.
My stuff's right here, Doc. What does that mean? It crosses over. There's like an N right here. Anyway. Maybe that means it's ends.
All I know is I got like Bracelet of Solomon, it said.
Bracelet of Solomon's. What?
Yeah, like when you have 2 lines right around your wrist here.
Yeah.
That's
okay. I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting, Dave.
If it's on your wrist, but
no, it's wristery.
Yeah.
And you're a scholar of wristery. Artistic wristery.
Art wristery, yes.
Okay, enough dad jokes for one night. Let's get back to Kolchak.
All right.
Let's see if me pointing that out and taking a break has helped at any way with more likes. No, we're at 92. We got 1.
All right. No
we practically begged Dave, and we got 1 like.
That was fun.
Okay, so back to Kolchak. Here we go. Where are we at, Dave?
Yeah. So we've got.
We learn about Skorzeny. Janos.
Yes. We know his name. He's from Romania, and he was born.
Would you like how Bernie Jenks, the FBI guy, the hookup guy for
yeah, he's here,
comes in and takes over the meeting, and he says, listen, we've got our guy. We know him. We've got him. And hello, Kathy. Good to see you. Hopefully all is well. Always great to have you in the chat and in the Late Horror Show, our lives here at the Late Horror Show. Okay, Dave. So he goes on, born in 1899, Janos Skorzeny.
And everyone looks at 89, 99.
Yeah, wait a second. That puts this guy in his 70s. Yeah. Well, he is in the 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, but age-wise.
Age and decade.
And Carl goes, listen, wait a second. This guy looks nothing like he's in his 70s. He looks younger, like he's in his 60s, upper 60s. No,
and then
his father has left him $75 to $100 million.
That's a lot of money in the 1970s.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Anyways, I'm sorry, Dave. I'm just trying to go off and be this
It's kind of like Carl's thinking today. That would be billions and billions.
Billions and billions.
And he
Lifestyles of
goes
the rich
under
and
a
famous.
different name, Dr. Paul Belasco,
Yes, during the war, because he enlisted in World War II.
hemoglobin expert.
Yeah, he became a hematologist, Dave.
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
God,
after the war. So
yeah,
something happened during the war that caused he became a vampire during the war.
that's fine.
I love that story.
Well, there's our prequel.
There's an episode of Interview with the Vampire, which I don't really care for the series, but there's a series, I mean, an episode where they go, I said series, like Siri, and my tablet lit up. No, not you, Siri. Shut down.
You'll need to unlock your iPad first.
I'm not going to do that. You can shut down. Thank you. Jeez. Got to talk back to this technology, Dave. So yes, sometime during the war, I won't even talk about the Interview with the Vampire episode, but he became a vampire, and he's going to change who he is, and he's Dr. Belasco, like you said, after the war. And go ahead, he changes his name again, but Albert Jacobs, $4.99 super chat of dog saying, "Hey you," greeting me and Dave joyfully. Thank you very much, Albert. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Glad to hear your trip went well, Kathy, with the family. Yay! 6 likes away from 100. Let's get this done. Please hit that thumbs up button if you have not already. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Comment afterwards. So Dr. Belasco is doing his thing. And then there's a big uproar at the meeting when Kolchak says, this is not a vampire. I mean, this is a vampire. I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead. I'm shutting up.
I wanted to point out, did you see the guy that was sitting next to Carl Kolchak? That looked like Muhammad Ali?
No, I did not.
Dude, I'm like watching the show, and I'm like, that's Muhammad Ali. If you go back and see this scene, I mean, it is fantastic. But Carl does say, you need to proceed as if, you're dealing with a vampire. Cutscene, we're at the casino. We got Elijah Wood Jr. and
he shows up in the back seat.
Well, that's later. But we're at the casino now, and he's going like, hold on, let me lose this last bit of money. And he's all like, okay, repeat what I want you to do. And he goes, you want me to show everyone this guy's puss, and then see if he's bought a house recently. He goes, perfect. That's what
he says, I want you to hit all the big real estate people and show them this guy's mug and let me know what you come up with. Ramali's Ales and Loggers, Cask Beer and Beer Reviews says, do you think they took the vampire's last name for the main bad guy in the TV series Werewolf 1986, Janos Skorzeny? Sounds similar at least.
Yes.
Yeah. Perhaps. Yeah, a lot of horror writers and throughout the 80s kind of, yeah. I think maybe.
Of course.
Yeah. Hey, Sweet Indigo.
Yeah, even Rocco references it.
Sweet Indigo says, lots of too funny, Dino. Yeah, you have to talk to a computer. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, speaking of talking into a computer.
Yeah. Oh.
Carl's driving down the strip. And he's all 10:30. We find Janos Skorzeny, identity, checked or whatever. Yeah. And he's heading down this street. And Carl becomes like this off-road guy in his car, and he's cruising through all these areas that are like basically construction zones.
Yeah.
Finds himself on this street, and we got all these.
Skorzeny spotted at 5th place.
Yes, and they've got all the police cars trying to like block him in. It's the Bewitched Street, which unfortunately doesn't exist anymore. Oh. You got the Bewitched house in the background. Skorzeny's like, damn, I'm trapped. He gets out of his car and he starts running.
Yeah.
And they're like shooting at him. They're hanging on him. They got him in a pool. They're like swimming. Then they got to save him because he doesn't know how to swim. They drag him up to the
listen, Dave, this whole scene, man, with them chasing Skorzeny, Janos, I like to call him, Dave. I like to call him Janos.
You can call him whatever you want to.
It's just there are so many bullets going into him.
30 or 40.
He's throwing all these police. At one point, he's on the ground. You think they got him. Then he throws them all off of him. He's in the pool. He jumps the fence. He's half dead, and he looks up. I love when he looks up and he's got the, the blood and wax. The way the make. I don't know who the makeup artist was that did it, but you could tell it's just like, let's melt the wax and put it. It looked like a bullet.
They should have used him for the series.
Yeah, they should have. It was
a werewolf with cotton balls.
Yeah, I should have been from the. Yeah, I'm an old soul who probably should have. Yeah. Say, that's Chris W. says W.C. Fields saying, yeah. Should we find ourselves a wife? Yeah. Anyways.
Get away, kid. You bother me.
Get away, kid. You bother me. I'd give you 5 for a 10-cent dime. Fast check. Episode 4 was a series repeat. Kolchak on it. Skorzeny was a German officer during WW. A bit of a trivia again. Oh, thank you, Robert. There you go. That is true. Yes. Nighty night, Francis. Is Francis leaving us? Good night, y'all. Oh, bye, Francis. Thank you for the super chat, Francis. Really appreciate that. Listen, we're almost done. Hopefully we're at 100 before we end this. But Dave, we got to get. Oh my God, let's go.
Yeah. All right. So
I'm not in a rush. So, but go ahead.
All right. So the ending scene is he jumps over a fence and no one follows him.
No, they give up.
Go. But when he jumps the fence, it's like his whole body just kind of goes over. It's like totally fake. But then we're at the courthouse and
at the meeting room again.
Yeah, we're being all the cops are being questioned and cross-examined and debriefed and everything.
And then they all go out, and Kolchak snuck in the back, and he's sitting up with his hat down. It was a cool scene. I liked it.
It was. He goes, "You guys ready to listen to me yet?" And so he pulls out a stake and a mallet. He goes, and a cross, and everyone needs to be issued one of these. And I'm going to make you this deal where I have exclusive your rights to the story. And he goes, "Okay, we're going to have a powwow. We'll get right back to you." And so they go into the next room, but they don't really go into the next room. They leave the door open and they're all like huddled in the doorway. And they come back and the guy is all like, "Look, we'll give you exclusive access after the blackouts lifted and blah, blah, blah. And by the way, if you're wrong, you got to be out of town in 12 hours.
Yeah, they're going to agree with him. At this point, he's making sense, but he does pull out, Anyways, real quick, Eric LAMF. I don't think I've seen you in like 5 years. I think I noticed you popped in last stream, maybe overnight, but yeah, it's been a long time. So good to see you. Glad you're still around, and yeah, good to see you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you just popped in. So yes, he brings out a cross, a stake, and he says, "This is what all your police officers should be having. You be equipped with this. This is what you do. And there's no sense in chasing him at night. You got to get him and sneak to see where he lays in the day." So it all makes sense for vampire lore. And that's what he tells them. And yeah, the deal was struck, Dave.
And Eric says he was the number 100 like, and I have just verified that.
Thank you,
Eric, for 100 likes.
100 likes tonight. Thank you. Kolchak does it again. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Much love to each and every one of you. Long live horror. Long live horror. Wait, I don't know where that's going, Dave, but okay, back to it. So yeah, he's
in a good mood. He leaves the courthouse. He's singing Kolchak's back, baby. Gets into his Mustang, starts it up, drives away.
This is where Mickey's in the back seat.
Yep. Then he sees this shadow come up and he's all, "Oh crap, it's the vampire. He's gonna kill me." Nope. It is Elijah Cook Jr. And he's all, "Hey man, what are you doing driving away with me in the back seat?"
whoa, I just got the address. Wolf's Lair Records has subscribed, subbed and liked. Okay, there you go to Ramali. There you go, Ramali's. Boom, boom. Okay, they can pack all the keys. I don't know what SpongeBob does. What the? 101, says Connie. Thank you. Those damn neighbor kids. Yeah. Okay, so he's got the address, right, Dave?
He does, and he tells Elijah Cook Jr., "Hey, give me 30 minutes, then tell Bernie Jinx, then tell the police. I'm going to head over there."
Yes.
And so that's exactly what he does.
Yes, and he's not certainly not being quiet, because he's. Do you like the front door that he opens? So there's a. Then he opens the window. He climbs on in. He's making all kinds of noise, man.
He does. And I mean, the steps, they're squeaky. He drops.
And it's nighttime.
Breaks.
And it's nighttime. He says he knows that you got to stake the vampire in the day, unless he just decided
right before dawn.
Okay, so maybe he was going to wait for him.
He's trying to lay a trap for the vampire.
Yeah.
And hello, Juan Sean Bond.
Hey, Sean, what's going on? Good to see you, Sean. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, Sean. Thank you. And Harry Sky, yes, don't forget to leave a comment after the stream ends. It really helps the channel out. It most certainly does. Who knows? Okay, Dave, gone.
All right, we're searching through the house. The house is really cool. This is a part that I have not really liked in the past, because there's no dialogue. It's just him looking around, and
but it's a cool horror element to this.
It is, but it goes on for.
When he gets upstairs, it does. It
goes on a little bit too long, but we get to see in his refrigerator, he's got all the pints of blood in there.
Hypo negative, yeah.
Totally. We get to open up the trunk and check out the suits that he has.
Yes, you see fake mustache and
mustache. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah.
We find the room with a coffin. Opens it up. There's dirt inside, so we know it's from his homeland, Romania.
And he sees he's not in there, of course, and he closes it.
Right, but I also put down, like, why not destroy the coffin so he's got no place to rest?
That's true. Could have done that.
Could have lit that on fire.
My favorite part is he finds a woman tied to the bed.
That was
not for that reason. It's a good horror element.
Yeah.
Like, he turns around and there's a woman, she's gagged with tape on her mouth, and you see the bite marks on the neck. And but the thing that got me was he leaves her tied up. He's like this. Oh, oops, I think I hear something. I'm gonna go hide in the closet. We gotta let you stay tied up there. And she goes,
I would be like, you son of a babe.
Yeah, it's like, let me out of here. I'll run.
I think too.
She's sucking the blood out of me for freaking week.
She may have been too weak to run as well.
True.
Yeah. So it's tough to say.
You crumble a cookie in her mouth.
But
Seinfeld reference.
Thursday comes in. And
remember, the old man gets a heart attack, and they're all like, "What do we do? What do we do? Maybe you put a cookie in his mouth. Maybe it's." And they're moving. Anyways, okay, continue.
That was really good.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah. So Scorsese, with a new car, comes home, and it's actually, we get a nice view of the house. It's a nice house, and Scorsese comes in, throws his keys down, throws his hat down, starts coming upstairs and everything like that. But he knows, he senses, he smells like a wolf. Someone's been here, and checks all the rooms and looks over, and she's still tied up. And then he goes into the closet, opens the closet up, and there's Kolchak, and Kolchak's all like, here's a cross for you, buddy.
PA Outdoor Couples Channel, subbed up from Ramali Ales and Cheers. Does that mean you're part of that channel over there and you came over here and subbed it to us? Thank you if you did. Really appreciate that. And thank you, Ramali's. Thank you. I think I'm saying that right. Ramali's, am I saying that correct, Dave? Close enough. But yeah. Anyways, Yeah, eventually he comes around the corner, the vampire Janos, and he sees that Kolchak's in the closet, and the closet opens up, and it's the classic scene you get in most of the movie posters and stuff, where he's got the silver cross up, you
Yeah.
know, and he knows it's working, you know, and he's backing up slowly back, and in the background again, you see the lady laying in the bed, tied up, going, "Please, you better kill this vampire, man." Because, and when that tape fell off, that was kind of funny. But
Yeah.
you know, he's
You should
working
have
him.
said, I could have helped you. Could have helped you.
Could have helped you. Could have helped you. Close enough. You know what? We have a chocolate factory over called Malley's. So Ramalley's, Ales and Lagers. I
Maybe
bet you
it's
that's it.
Timberlands.
I bet you I got it that time. Ramalley's, Ales and Lagers. So I bet you that's it. Anyways, Kolchak's walking him out in the book, Kolchak by Holly Waters and Coffin, and outcome was a fire, but wasn't in the movie. Lenny Janoff, where is the studio Fairview? Where is the studio Fairview? Do you understand that, Dave? No? Okay. Not sure what you mean, Lenny. But hello. You nailed it. See, I thought so because of the chocolate factory we got here. I don't know why I didn't, you know, put two and two together there. I'll have to check out your channel after. I don't drink, but I always check out people's channels. Tony Horror Writer, what's going on? Good to see you. No one else can say it.
And earlier today we talked about the coffee. It's coffeeshopofhorrors.com.
Yes, coffee shop of horrors, where you can still find the Late Horror Show mint chocolate coffee, which is so good, so good. Anyways, so he's working them out through this, you know, through the room, down through the stairs, and he tears off a curtain. Right, Dave? You want to take over?
No, not yet.
Okay, go ahead.
They're having a fight, and unfortunately, you know, we've got Skorzeny up on a landing, and Kolchak is backing down the stairs, but he trips and he falls, and Skorzeny jumps down on the stairs, jumps over onto Kolchak, but then Bernie Jenks breaks in, and he jumps onto Skorzeny's back, and Skorzeny rips him off, and he throws him across the room, and he drops the gun, and Kolchak picks it up, fires 6 bullets into him, doesn't do anything, and Kolchak's all, oh dang, what do I do?
Yeah.
Rips down the drapes, the light comes in, and he looks at Bernie, and Bernie understands, open the door.
Did we mention it? Yeah, Bernie comes running in and helps him.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And so Bernie opens the door and brings in the light and everything, and then they've got him on the stairs, and they just pound that stake into his heart.
And you got to remember the deal that he made at the courthouse with, I don't know, was that dude the mayor or whoever he was?
Call him the mayor. Yeah.
Okay, so he's the mayor, you know, who made the deal technically with him, you know, along with the other people in charge there. And, you know, if it comes true, you know, but he went there and he ended up killing the vampire. So now that kind of rounds out and ends it, and he saved the day. Carl Kolchak saves the day. But what is the city of Las Vegas going to do, Dave? They're going to screw him. Oh wait, that's bad talk. They're going to well, that's what they're going to do to him. they're going to say, listen, we're going to arrest you because you killed somebody. We're going to arrest you on murder charges.
That's right. But first, we're actually back at the hotel.
Thanks, Dave.
Apartment building where he is living with Carol Lindley, and he's all, why don't you marry me? And he's all, you're a good kisser, you're a good cook, you're a good ironer, and you know, you don't mind a guy with a hairy chest. So he goes, let's get married. And she's all, that would be great, I love you. And you know, then he's all, I got to go turn the story in, closes his typewriter, takes off, and Carol just kind of walks off scene. That's the last time we're going to see her.
Oh, and Dave, this
Oh,
is okay. So,
beautiful.
yeah. Oh, I know. And I don't think she was used enough. And again, that's why I think I like the next movie a lot better, because of in the Night Strangler, his what's that?
Joanne Flug.
Yes, Joanne Flug is a big part of the episode and is with him throughout. And you get a good cast of characters. Even Grandpa Munster is in it. He's an alcoholic and down in the. But I love where the alchemist is living, and it's under the streets of Seattle, and there's this whole underground. It's fantastic. I love it. But anyways, to get back here, they bring him in and they say, we're going to arrest you on charges of murder, and basically tell him, well, you know what, you got 12 hours to leave the city. You leave the city. And they also told him, how did they go about this? They told him that Gail was gone.
Oh yeah, what they do is they don't even give him 12 hours anymore. The guy, police officer, comes in. Hey, we packed for you. Here's all your bags. Here's your typewriter. Get out now. Don't even stop. He goes to pick up the phone. He goes, I got to call Gail. And Bernie goes, she's not there.
Oh, Dave. Ramalley's, Ales and Lagers. Did you do the werewolf episode? It's one of our highest rated episodes, right, Dave?
Absolutely. Over 10,000 views on that episode.
Yeah. And we've covered the entire season over the past, how long did it take us? A year?
A year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, it took us a long time, but we covered every single episode. So if you search in our playlist, and you know how to do that, you've got your own channel. If you search in our playlist, you can find the Kolchak series with Dino and Dave. And yeah, we've done them all. So you got a lot to watch if you want to. And as always, me and Dave go off the rails sometimes.
30 hours.
That's a long
Kolchak reviews you've got coming at you.
Yeah. So we've got a lot. But yeah, the Night Strangler was awesome. But anyways, so go on, Dave, because Gail leaves, and I'm just very upset over that fact.
So that bothered me the entire afterwards for like an hour.
Yeah, why wouldn't you be waiting for him? What did they tell her?
Well, they told her, to leave because she was, quote, an undesirable. And he goes, we don't want undesirables here in Las Vegas. I'm like, that is what makes the city,
He's an undesirable element. Yeah, that's what they tell.
Yes. And so to me, I would imagine she would be easy to locate, because if you're living with her, you probably know where her parents are. You probably know where she's from. You probably know her friends. So I'm going to stop by there first before, she disappears. And at the end of the film, hey, I put ads in all the personal columns, and I never will find Gail Foster. And I'm like,
he's searching all across the country for her
till he runs out of money.
Yeah. And I'm like, they were about to be married. I don't understand why she wouldn't have waited there for him or something. That doesn't make any sense, Dave.
No.
What a weird way to end the movie. The made-for-TV movie, 1972.
But we see him driving out of town. And then we're back, one last cut scene into the apartment that is barely furnished. He's sitting on the bed, finishing his beer, and he's all, it's funny. We have no file anymore on Janos Skorzeny. Everyone involved has either left town, they're not talking, or they're dead. All the victims have been cremated.
And Skorzeny, yeah.
Yeah, and you got to ask yourself,
Thank you, Albert.
It could happen here.
It could happen here.
And so, cutscene, credits, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's Stalker.
That's a wrap. Yeah, that's a wrap. That's again. I mean, the made-for-TV movie, so a different feel, not far off from the season, but a little bit of different feel. But man, the 1970s made-for-TV horror was just so fantastic. I mean, we can rail them off. Salem's Lot, Trilogy of Terror, It. I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, there's just so many. Don't look in the dark, or don't be afraid of the dark. Oh,
Friday the 13th, the series.
oh, jeez. Well, listen, not everything's a hit, but anyways. Well, and some people listen. Some people really, really love that. So, anyways, Vampirella. Ooh, yeah,
Really?
Harry Scott. I still have all those comics, the Vampirella comics. Yeah, Vengeance of Vampirella, I think, is an offshoot, another one. I've got quite a bit of comic books too. Yeah. Anyways, yes, a very, very. I'm glad we covered this, Dave. I can never get enough Kolchak. Night Gallery next week. Night Gallery next week. It is going to be another fun discussion. Night galleries have been fun since we've started this. It's really, really fun.
I can't wait.
Werewolf 1986, the series. Yes, I haven't seen Werewolf the series, but it's been brung up a few times. But you know, it's something again I've never heard of. Have you, Dave?
Negative.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, and we've got so much to talk about on this channel. Yeah, but I'll look into that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Don't knock Friday the 13th the series. It's a good bad show. Well, that's what I'm saying. J.O.B. When Dave said that, I'm like laughing with him, going, yeah, but a lot of people really love that series because of the good bad aspect of it. So, you know, let's see, Pickman's model, best night gallery. Well, listen, me and Dave are going through them all. We're at season 2. What episode 6, maybe something like that. I don't know. But anyways, 936. We ended this with how many thumbs up? Let's check. 107. Thank you again for getting us over 100 thumbs up by the end of the episode. And Dave, until next week for Night Gallery, everybody, thank you all. Much love to each and every one of you who've been here and hung out with me and Dave. The super chats, the gifted membership. Thank you to each and every one of you guys and gals. And Sweet Indigo.
Be kind and rewind.
Be kind and rewind. Thank you, Dino. I like the Friday the 13th LOL. Collect evil, tell us, man. And you said, Dave, what?
Coffee.
Coffee. No. What did you say again?
Be kind.